Most chaotic situation you had to communicate.
Oh boy, I don't know if we could share that.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think the whole world knows that Skillet Queso went away and then Skillet Queso came back.
A trending trike.
Yeah, so when
Tell
we're
me
trending
more.
on Twitter, our chief marketing officer, George, will ride around the office on a trike with beers in the back.
Do you think that like trust brought the comeback, or did the comeback bring the trust?
All gas, no brakes.
Hey, welcome to Chili's. 17 consecutive quarters of growth. Ad ages 2025 and 2026 Brand of the Year. The first to ever win back-to-back. And a culture story underneath all of it that nobody's really told yet. So we flew down to Dallas to fix that. Welcome to Inside the Culture. Today, I'm sitting down with a mix of comms professionals and executives from inside Brinker International, the company behind Chili's, to find out what it actually takes to move 70,000 people in a new direction, and why that turned out to be the secret ingredient all along. We are in an actual Chili's restaurant booth, and I'm joined with Casey Plummer and Ashley Hardiman. They are from the Brinker's Comms team, and I need to know what's actually good here from the menu.
Yeah.
What would you...
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Yeah.
Thank you for narrowing it down. That's
Everything.
great.
You can't go wrong. But Cajun chicken pasta,
Okay,
that is it.
that's your go-to.
Yes, that's the go-to. Side of fries.
A fresh
Can't go
triple
wrong.
dipper.
A fresh triple dipper.
You may have seen it on TikTok.
Okay. Give me like the preview text version of an email description of what you do at Brinker.
Ooh. Preview text, I just like to joke that I'm the one keeping the trains on the tracks and the chili pepper turning, because I think we're the filter for everything and making sure that everything that goes from our RSC, our headquarters, to our restaurants is quick, concise, and just packaged pretty, making people want to read our comms.
Okay. Trains on the track.
And I'm more the corporate side of Train on the Track. So I do our internal communications for our restaurant support center, as well as enterprise-wide comms that touch our field restaurants for Chili's and Maggiano's. So kind of helping keep the train on the tracks for those enterprise-wide initiatives.
So I want to get first into each one of your careers and how you got here. So Ashley, I want to start with you.
Okay.
So you've been at Brinker for almost 7 years. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Congrats.
Honestly, what's so fun is that before all the things that the guests see now, it was the same culture on the inside. Our culture is so special because everybody just genuinely loves the brands that we support and the restaurant team members that we just help every day. And so especially during COVID, my goodness, we were so concerned, like, are our team members are okay? Are they
Yeah.
safe? All these things. And we went from 20% to go to 100% to go overnight. And our restaurant teams just killed it. Could not do that without the people in the supply chains and finance and the restaurant operations team just making it all seamless and come together for us.
Yeah, things seem to happen pretty fast around here. I'm assuming that's just how it's always been.
All gas, no brakes.
But also, like, you have had some pretty special moments in your personal life that have happened at a
Yes.
Chili's, or like,
Yes.
right?
My husband and I had our first date at a Chili's. I've had birthday parties at Chili's. If I weren't working for Chili's, I would always be a Chili's guest through
Yeah.
and through. Like, this is my home. This is the food I love, the drinks I love. It's great.
And you'll find that with like literally everybody that works here. It's like, and I think that's what's so special about Chili's in general is like Chili's has this like part in everybody's lives, whether like you went there once after a baseball game when you were little, or that was your Friday night family dinner, you had your first date there. Chili's is like just so iconic in
Right.
like so many people's lives.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
there for like the big moments.
Mhm.
Yes.
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 And now you're on the inside.
Now on the inside.
That's so cool. So like thinking about, the Chili's comeback, but like before that, when did you first notice like things starting to change through it all? Was there a moment where you're like, this feels different, or?
I think not really a specific moment.
Okay.
When Kevin came in, and he's such a great leader, and he really just wanted to sit down and hear what everybody thought about how things are running. And then he was so open and transparent about his mission of just making everyone's role and lives easier. And so when that's your mission, you're like, done. I'm in the boat, we're rowing, and it just felt like a seamless transition into what we call our turnaround now.
Yeah.
What feels like for everybody else, like Chili's just popped up, but we've been in the gym for a long time working on this.
You've been training for this.
Yes.
And leadership change can be scary. You know, it's like
Mhm.
when a new CEO comes in, a new leadership team comes in, like everybody's kind of just like on pins and needles, like what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think the best part about our leadership is like how transparent they are and
Mhm.
how focused they are on like everything is based on feedback. And when Kevin came in and really started these listening sessions, I mean, he spent his first 90 days just like going around to all of our different markets
Yeah.
and Chili's and really just listening to the team members, like getting to know the business. And you see a lot of our success today from even just those original listening sessions.
Right.
And really implementing like what our team members like here in the heart of house. Every restaurant that you go into has like had such a role in this Chili's turnaround.
Mhm.
But I think it's really special that like our leadership like really gets into restaurants and like they want to hear from the team members because
Right.
like this is where the change starts.
And speaking of leadership going into restaurants, I was lucky enough to meet with 2 members of the Brinker Comms leadership team at a high top Chili's table. Jeff, Kristen,
Hello.
come here often.
In fact, we do.
In fact, we do.
Can you give us the to-go order version of what you do at Brinker?
Yes, I'm the director of communications at Brinker. So I basically take our business strategy and make it clear, concise, and simple to understand for all of our 70,000 plus team members across our headquarters, Chili's, and Maggiano's.
Great to go version.
Thank you.
In addition to communications, I also head up leadership development for Brinker, as well as all of our training and development for our roughly 70,000 plus team members across the country. At Brinker, it's more than just touting and talking about the culture. Like there's so many different amazing activities, events, and just how how Brinker treats their people and the leadership that is part of the culture that truly, and I'm not just saying this, it truly is like none other here.
Brinker's mission of making everyone feel special.
Yeah.
Which sounds so nice.
Yeah, that is big part of what I do, but a big part of what everyone in the whole organization is
Yeah.
focused on. It's part of our purpose statement. It's woven throughout not only all of our training programs from day one onboarding through all of our leadership development programs, just part of the DNA of the company and everyone that
Yes.
works here. So
It's been really amazing in the last few years to see our culture of really just setting strategy from the very top has been seriously built on listening to our team members in the field. Our C-suite goes out on a weekly basis and talks to hourly team members, management, and they're just collecting ideas and feedback. We get those notes from the C-suite team, all of their listening session notes, the themes from those, what would make it better, down to a little bit of feedback on the training, a little bit of, lack of clarity in a communication. So we get to take that. And I think that's been so fun to see that what we're doing is now just a complete cycle and circle of feedback coming from the people that we're talking to. And that's really rare, I think, and unique to Brinker. And part of our turnaround has been knowing that the people we're talking to are directly then able to talk to us through our top leaders. So we can make changes and make sure that whatever we're putting out for them is the best, most effective that it can possibly be.
and the differentiator here at Brinker versus many other companies I'm familiar with is instead of just listening,
Yeah.
we literally take action on what we're
Yes.
hearing, right? And Kristen's team does a great job of like showcasing that stories through a variety of different meetings and communications of how we're taking what we heard through the listening sessions and applying that to the business to make our operators' jobs easier, simpler. A lot of the great ideas come directly right from the restaurant.
Right.
There's been a long time saying at Brinker that feedback is priceless.
Okay.
And it really, I think, is again baked into our DNA of feedback. We every day all across the business, you're going to hear people say, thank you for the feedback.
So do you think that like trust brought the comeback or did the comeback bring the trust?
The trust brought the comeback,
Okay, so-
100%. I don't think it could be the other way around. I
yeah.
think, again, we've been drinking the Kool-Aid for 51 years. Chili's and its people and this as a brand since 1975 has been a staple. It's been, an iconic brand in American culture. So there has been trust amongst ourselves. It's very cool that the rest of the world is all about Chili's in the last several years. And there has been this incredible turnaround. The best turnaround in restaurant history is what we've often heard from investors and media. But there was already that foundation. And then we've had these amazing leaders that have come in and built even more trust with their transparency, with their listening, with their acting on the feedback they're hearing, and making sure that they tell us every day, hey, that wasn't clear. The why wasn't there for them. How are they supposed to buy into that? So we're getting this feedback too. And the trust absolutely was a huge impetus for allowing these restaurants to thrive and bring this turnaround to life. When we talk about this publicly in the turnaround, there is no silver bullet. It's not magic. It was focusing on the fundamentals: good food, great service, great atmosphere, clean restaurants. These are the things that have turned it around, and everything has been very, foundational. Trust. Do your team members understand why they're being asked to do something? And that's what we're trying to kind of make sure we're on the front lines of. But the trust has definitely been part of the comeback.
Part of that is just simplification, just really less is more. Let's just focus on these fundamentals. And it sounds so simple.
It
to me.
does.
We beat it like a drum. We do. We
Yeah,
talk about that a lot.
Is it true that everyone who is a part of Brinker has to spend some time within the restaurants when they first start?
Yeah,
Yes.
their ops experience.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're actually on the floor.
Hair up, hat on,
up.
team member t-shirt on, your
Yes.
non-slip shoes on in the restaurant with the team members, learning
Yeah.
what their day-to-day looks like.
Portioning shrimp back
Yep.
when that was a thing.
Oh
That's what
my
I had
gosh.
to do.
Wow.
Yes.
Demembraning ribs, looking at pull thaw, going in and checking the temps on everything to make sure everything is at a safe temperature. Yeah,
Right.
you do it all.
They had me flipping onions.
Flipping
And I was
onions.
like, I don't know if you want me on this grill,
Okay.
but
But you did it.
I'll participate.
Yes.
Okay. When you think about things going viral, blowing up online, which we've all seen, what was it like to be on the inside of that? Was it
Exciting.
okay.
So
Yeah.
Were you
So
sharing? Were
exciting.
you doing it too with the sharing and?
I mean, I think it was just people we know, even just reaching out to did
Yeah.
you see these TikToks? I want to go do a cheese pull and all
Yes.
that stuff. And to us, even though it felt so exciting and kind of Chili's is this overnight success, it really wasn't. It was kind of 2 to 3 years into this turnaround.
Okay.
When you go viral, every guest has to come in and have a good experience, right? So
Yes.
just because you're going viral doesn't mean it can be good.
Yes.
It kind of is a little scary because you're oh gosh, are we executing well? How's the guest experience? How's the team member experience? Are we supporting our team members through this crazy traffic?
Right.
So just putting in all the work before and really getting us to that point
Mhm.
is what made that success just even more successful. So.
Yes.
I open social media and Chili's post, my feed is flooded by my coworkers just reposting and sharing their brand ambassadors.
We've never had to put out go share this.
Right.
Everyone just loves working here so much and loves the content we put out and all the great work we're doing behind the scenes that we've never had to push people to share the Chili's love. That's just inherently what they want to do.
Yeah. Is it something you're putting in the queso or something? What?
Chili heads are they're a special breed of people.
Casey, you came down to workshop headquarters in 2024, sat on a customer
Yes.
panel. What do you remember from that experience?
It was my first speaking experience. So I remember being really nervous.
Well, I'm going to tell you, people fangirl out about you.
Oh, it was so much fun. I think what makes Workshop the perfect partner for us is you guys literally embody the exact same culture that we do. You make everyone feel special. You're fun. You have hospitality, whether you know it or not. So Workshop is just such a fun partner for us. But that day was so incredible because it really just did feel like an extension of Brinker. We went into lunch with the team afterwards and just chit chatting back and forth.
yeah.
And I think I brought up that we needed to be able to export our emails as PDFs, and they literally turned it around the same day and added that feature across all of Workshop. And I was like, you guys are magicians.
Amazing.
Incredible. Shout out to the
Yeah.
product and engineering
Yes.
team. Can we clap?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So great.
Cheers to you. That's what we say. Cheers to
Yes.
you.
Cheers.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Marg break. This episode is brought to you by Workshop, the internal comms platform. Whatever flavor of communication you're trying to make, company-wide announcement, a policy update, a quiet note to one team. Workshop helps you serve it up fast and exactly to your brand's taste. One place to reach your whole org across email, Slack, Teams, and text. With one tool, you unlock an AI-powered editor, dynamic content for different audiences, a comms calendar, and analytics on what's actually landing. Learn more at useworkshop.com. Now, back to the show. So I would love to go deeper into planning the foot traffic that you have when something goes viral and you want to make sure that people are prepared. Walk the internal comms version of how do you go from viral to here's people on the floor that need to know XYZ.
Probably 3 years ago, we were way more siloed in how we functioned than we are today. So there's nothing that we do or produce that is not a cross-functional effort across comms, learning and development, supply chain, finance, ops, marketing. You have somebody from every single team across the building in these important rooms, when things like Triple Dippers are going viral or the Big Crispies launching. So it's not an individual effort on any level. Everything we do is a cross-functional effort.
Nothing's going on that we're not aware of already, which is super helpful because if we're not aware of something, then we can't help be an advisor or be an advocate for our team members or even say, wait, that doesn't make sense. When I write this, is our team member going to understand this word? Just making sure that we're all in lockstep. Our ops leader has my cell phone number. I have supply chain friends. We just make sure that we're all have these relationships with so many people in the building to make sure that nothing is getting missed and our team members get what they need.
How do you put yourself out there as an employee to create those relationships of trust?
I'm an old school, I don't want to pick up the phone. I don't want to send a text. I want to go say, hey, how are the kids? How are you doing? And then, oh, what are you working on? What projects are you doing? Oh, even with our restaurant operators, I want to say, hey, can I come in a restaurant and just see what's going on? Or, hey, I'm going to come for dinner. Are you going to be there? Just building that type of relationships and lets them know that I care about what you're doing. But also when you're in these meetings or you're on this project and there's not a comms person, where's Ashley? She should be here. Where's Casey? They should be here. And just so that we don't have to be kind of order takers, we're in the room building the table and they're not saying oh, this is what we want. And you're no, this is what we're going to recommend for you.
I think that's been the biggest goal for our team, especially over the last 3 years, is we've all been kind of looking at where can we do better in this business to really be owners and drivers of business results. And it's been over the last 3 years, I mean, people respected us, but we very much so were more order takers and just we need this comms, not hey, what would you recommend? So it's moved a lot from being those order takers to those strategic advisors in the room where people know that comms needs to be brought along from the very beginning. And that doesn't happen overnight either. It happens with consistency and really just putting in the work, building those relationships, being trusted partners, bringing ideas to the table, not being afraid to speak up and ask questions. So it's been really cool to see our team go from these, kind of almost an afterthought sometimes to now it's we're, on these rapids, we call them.
Rapid?
A rapid.
We're big on rapids.
Yes, we love processes.
To recommend, approve, perform, input, decision. So every project we work on has a rapid outlined with who's recommending this, who's approving this, who's the performer in the input team, who's making the final decision.
But there is not a rapid in that building that we are not
that we
in
don't
the
touch.
input and in the performance.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool because I feel a lot of internal comms are struggling with this order taker versus being strategic. I mean, if you had to give advice to people in your same spot, what would you tell them from what you know?
Relationships. Building relationships, not just for work transactions, but you actually are getting to know these people, right? It's not just about the work, about the personal and knowing how people like to work and understanding their goals and their visions. So you can help bring those goals and visions to life too. But building those relationships, you will get nowhere in internal comms if you do not have strong relationships.
I call it money in the bank. So with every partner we have, I have a bank with them and there's money, but there's also, I take out money. I'm hey, I'm going to push back on this, but because I have that money stored up and I've deposited and built trust with them, I can say, I'm going to push back on this. And they trust that it's coming from the right place and they know that we have a common goal. But yeah, relationships and being a sponge. When I first started, I had no restaurant experience whatsoever. So I was like, well, what does that mean? And what is that acronym? And what if I do this, then that? I asked so many questions because understanding the business helps you be a better supporter of the business. And when you are supporting team members, you need to understand what their day-to-day looks like. You need to understand what technology they're using. What are their pain points? What are their, yes, I won the day by doing this, and then lean into those when you're writing stuff.
You know, we're not starting from a work transaction space. We're starting from, let's get to know our partners, our cross-functional team, and who we're going to be working with, and understand what are they doing, what are they trying to do, so that we can help bring that to life in a better way. So that certainly does not begin when they're ready to press send on an email or put something into our newsletter. That begins months and years before. You know, to me, it's not just having a seat at the table. That's really important. But it's making sure that when we're at that table, we're adding value because we've been students of their function. We've been students of the business and we understand how to make connections. So I think it just, you know, we start with our output, but that's just the final step. And you have to back it way up into making sure you understand what you're doing here and what the goals of the CEO are, but also the goals of your partner in operations. So you can bring all of that together.
I think like internal comms is so unique that like we are in almost every room where like important decisions are being made.
Yeah.
And as Ashley says, we can raise our flags.
Yes, I love to wave. I call it to wave a flag. That's not going to work. Or there are times where we'll be sitting in a room and
She's just
I'm like going like
Ooh,
this.
red
but
flag.
we're-
That's the red flag.
Yes,
Okay,
we are
it's
in
a-
rooms with our leaders, our C-suite leaders,
Yeah.
and I will say, hey, we already have a comm plan for this day, or hey, we're getting close to spring break. Let's think about this differently. Or honestly, like in November, we're talking about Valentine's Day and Super Bowl. And I'm
Yes.
saying, okay, when the going gets busy, we need to make sure that they have everything that they need. I want to make sure that at the very least, my comms set that person up for success and are not a thing where they have to look, oh, I got this communication. Now I have more questions than answers. And I have to go back.
Yes.
I want it to be something that helps them in their job and makes their day easier.
for sure. And knowing timing too. So like
Yeah.
you said, it's like we'll know like this conflicts with this project that's
Yep.
going out. Like
Yeah.
or we had multiple things that people were trying to roll out like around the time Big Crispy just launched. And we were like, Big Crispy is a huge operational lift. Like our teams are learning, traffic's gonna increase.
Mhm.
Like pause, please.
Yes.
Or even just like when to send an email.
I'm getting it
What's-
wrong sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
pivoting.
Pivoting.
We are so flexible. Like we know that, especially in the industry that we're in, the waves turn, the tides change, and we are just ready at any moment to change. But also, what we like to do is come with recommendations on how to solve things, and it's based on the data. It's based on like knowledge of what our restaurant team members need, knowledge of what the business is going on, stuff like that.
Like a CEO change is like a big deal. And there's a lot of other companies that go through that and it lands on internal comms. Walk me through navigating that from like a change management perspective. Like how do you do that and what would you recommend to other comms teams?
Knowing their vision and strategy and being aligned and like aligning all your comms to that. Like even if it's not a CEO communication, like even our newsletters, like how is this supporting those goals and like the overall like company vision and trajectory?
Yes. And pulling through messaging. Like
Yeah.
you said, like when Kevin's on like a call or if he's doing earnings or things
Mhm.
like that, like we are listening to those calls and we're taking notes and we're making sure that, okay, Kevin approached this topic like this. So when somebody sees an article about this in our newsletter, it's saying the same thing because you never want it to feel disjointed or feel like, oh, Kevin says something this. But when I read Chili Head Chatter, I read Brinker Bites. That's not what Kevin said, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want it to be like that. You want it to just feel natural and woven
Mhm.
in a
We're
strategic
all
way.
speaking the same language.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been with the brand for 5 years, which is, quite some time, but apparently not as long as other people, which we'll
Not
talk about.
nearly as long as other people, but I'm working my way
Yes.
up. There's a server at Chili's in Plano, Texas, who has just surpassed 45 years of serving at a Chili's.
45.
Yes, her name is Lila Beavers. She is just obviously the most loyal. She has regulars for decades. She has grandchildren of regulars that she used to have. Our chief financial officer, Micah Ware, started as a bartender, and she's been with the company over 35 years. Now she's CFO. Our Chief Operating Officer, Aaron White, Doug Cummings, Adam Dingman. These are operators that have worked their way up from server and bartender as early 20s to leading this company and leading our turnaround. So it really is, we really drink the Kool-Aid here, and
It's true. It's
and
so
we,
true.
we
Yeah.
love this business and this brand. And it's really a point of pride for a lot of us.
You'll see some people literally show up in full Chili's garb, like that they handmade.
Yes.
Chili's earrings, like Chili's hair
Swag
clips, like
and cups.
Chili's clothing that they literally handmade.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
quite
That's so
something.
cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. It's like the employee retention. What does that look like at Brinkers, and where does that come from?
I think everything foundationally is about our people. It's about making each other feel special in the day-to-day work, and of course our guests in the restaurant. The first thing on the Chili Head commitment for every leader is a sense of belonging. So whether you're starting as the CEO or you're starting as a host in a restaurant anywhere in the country, the first thing we want to do is make you feel welcome and to make you feel like part of the family, and to really get you into the culture as soon as possible.
And so how do you welcome someone on their first day?
Welcome to Chili's.
Which we haven't said. Welcome to Chili's.
Hi, welcome to Chili's, and buckle up.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
We're big about eating, as you can imagine. So
There's literally a kitchen in our building.
yeah, we're gonna take you to lunch. We're gonna have a snack. We're gonna have a party, a happy hour. So really, we don't over-engineer or overcomplicate it. It's a very extroverted culture, especially in our headquarters. We're just really warm people, and we love people. We're in the hospitality business.
But the best part is like if one of us isn't having a good day or like we're feeling overwhelmed, like our team is so incredible.
Yes,
Like we
they
would
swoop in.
be nowhere like without our corporate comms team. Like we seriously are like a family. Like we're all friends.
We've seen life together.
Yeah.
Casey was at my baby shower. Like
Now she's
we
coming to
have-
my baby
Yeah,
shower.
we have been through the thick of it together.
It's like again, it goes back to the culture. Like they make work fun. You never like dread really a day showing up at the office, especially when like you never know when there's going to be like chicken crispers or maybe a fresh skillet cookie on your desk.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just do a little celebration here. So
Okay.
a little cheers.
Cheers.
Because we've got to talk about cheers.
Cheers.
A little #1 top workplace award from
Oh,
the
yes.
Dallas Morning News.
Yes, we're very proud of that.
But in your own words, why do you think Brinker won?
Making people feel special, super fun events at the office, people first.
Another thing that really came through was this kind of spirit of work hard, play hard. Like
Yes.
people around here work very hard. And they're willing to always take the extra step, right? But we always also have like a great time.
Yeah.
You know how to have a great time.
We know how to throw a party.
Yeah, for sure. A few margs here and there. And
Yeah.
we have a great time.
Most chaotic situation you had to communicate about.
Oh boy, I don't know if we could share that.
Oh my
What was
gosh.
that?
Well, I think the whole world knows that skillet queso went away and then skillet queso came back. So that was a crazy time for us. And a lot of people thought that was a planned stunt. And let me assure you, it was
It
not.
was not. It
Yeah,
was not. That was
the
real.
supply chain cut off the queso, and then the supply chain had to go find that queso again. So
They found
that
it.
was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's a great one.
Okay, well, we've reached the point of what we're calling truth or dip.
I'm excited.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We got these chips and salsa here. I'll ask you a question, and you can either answer that question, or if you would like to avoid, chip and dip it. What department should internal comms sit in?
This is such a hot debate.
I've been at places where it was in marketing. We had in marketing.
We've been on 3.
Yeah. We were in marketing, ops services. I like our setup right now. We roll up into our people works department, which is HR, but we have a sub department, but it's really just a shared service. So it's all of our partners that are really executing.
All right, most overrated menu item at Chili's.
I'm going to say anything on the Guiltless Grill menu.
Oh.
And I only say that because when you're going to Chili's, I don't want to hear anything
go.
about steamed, grilled. I don't want that. I want fried. I want to leave feeling heavier and cozier.
Yes.
And
That's why
with a
she hates
little-
going with me.
Yes.
I ordered it.
She's like, can
Okay,
I
so she's
get with
calling
the
you out.
steamed broccoli? I'm like, why? Get the fries.
What is Chili's next celebrity collab?
You might find out in a few weeks.
Sorry to say.
Workshop or Outlook?
Workshop.
Always workshop.
Thank you.
Always workshop.
Always.
Easy one.
Easy. Do you really have a margarita cart in the office?
We do. We
You
also
do.
have 2 or 3 bars.
Yes, multiple
And
bars.
a trending trike.
Mhm.
A trending trike.
Yeah, so when
Tell
we're
me
trending
more.
on Twitter, our chief marketing officer, George, will ride around the office on a trike with beers in the back.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he has a bell. And
Okay.
he will come into your meetings and say, "We're trending," and give you a beer.
I love that.
Yeah, it's very
Any
fun.
time of day. Like it
Anytime
will.
we're trending.
Anytime.
Got it.
You never know what you're going to see. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Can you say something nice about Applebee's? Yep. Did that. What's the craziest email you've ever had to send at work?
There's some things we send and we're just like, this is not what I thought I'd be sending when I was like in college. Recently I had to send out the rules and regulations and waivers for our new sport court. We have a basketball and pickleball court now on site. Again, like we work at a big high school.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was like this whole thing. I got involved with like a lot of directors and like legal. And I was like, wow, this is serious for a sport court.
What comes first, employees or customers?
Our answer will always be team members.
Always team
Okay.
members. Yeah.
Okay.
If team members, here's the thing. Team members are having a great experience. They're going to give guests a great experience.
Okay, this is my last one. Tell me a secret menu item.
Can we talk about the dessert one?
Oh, yes.
So
That is
right
a
now
great
it's
one.
going like viral on TikTok that people are doing ordering skillet cookies with a molten lava cake on top. Now that sounds intriguing to me, but I also think I'm going to need a gallon of water.
Yeah.
And stretchy pants.
And very stretchy
yes,
pants.
Yes. Casey, Ashley, that's it for our time.
Yay. Well, thank you guys so
for sitting
much.
down.
for having
Yes,
us.
it was so nice to spend time with you and just hear firsthand about like your personal experience at Brinker, and then also just the way that you really help everyone to feel welcome, because I've definitely felt that today. So thanks. We want to give you your flowers because you are doing such great work for your team members. So flowers for our storytellers.
These are
So
beautiful.
much. Oh my gosh, gorgeous.
I know your
Wow.
leadership team also had some really lovely things to say about you too.
Well, we have the best leaders, so
gosh,
I feel
yes.
so thankful. that
They're
they
our
let us-
advocates.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of our internal comms team. We have grown in so many ways. And I think the resilience of being part of this company, this turnaround, being part of the restaurant industry, which is so fast and we have to accommodate and pivot. I'm so proud of the growth that they've had. And I think that that's a skill that will carry them far wherever they go. And yeah, and we have a lot of fun doing it.
All right. Well, I'm Jackie Marino, and this has been Inside the Culture. We'll see you next time. Cheese pull? Can we do a cheese pull?
We should.
Molten.
Chocolate molten lava cake.
Can we get a chocolate molten
Yeah.
lava cake stat?
Stat. And a skillet cookie.
And skillet
We put them together.
Not allowed. Can we do that?